Welcome to the North Coast News Network newsroom. I'm Leon Russell. Today we've got some Blue Zero Dunces. They were fired and they need to be fired. Here they are.
California, the latest other vehicle. It's a white. Yeah. We're going to State Police, I'm recording. The reason I stopped you is that you drove slightly outside of your lane back there. I see that you got a gun right there. Don't reach for it. And don't touch it. Just go ahead and keep your hands on the steering wheel. Another reason I stopped you is that we got a report of you throwing stuff out the window at another car. Keep both your hands on the steering wheel, please. Yeah, somebody called in and said that you were throwing things out the window at them and brake checking you. Yeah, do you know anything about that? Okay. Do you have a driver's license? Yeah. Well, just hold on. Where's your license at and where's your registration and insurance card? Okay. Go ahead and get it out, but don't touch that gun or I'll shoot you. The license, registration and insurance. Where's it at now? Before you reach for it, tell them where it's at. Okay, perfect. Why would somebody call in about you throwing stuff out the window if that didn't happen? Nothing? Okay. All right. your wallet away and then put both your hands back on the steering wheel for me? Appreciate it. And while I'm up here, I'd like you to just keep them up there at the window, please. Thanks. Code 2 covered. Got a gun in the center of the console. 24, did you copy? Anybody else in the van with you, sir? Why are you keeping a gun unholstered right there on the middle center console like that? Don't just keep the hands on the steering wheel. You always drive around with it just right there? Yeah. Well, if you come to a stop, it might just slide right off. I'm just curious. I don't see that very often. I make a lot of traffic stops. I got it. But you keep taking your hands off the steering wheel, and I want you to keep them on the steering wheel. I understand that. Hey. Stand right. Look at that. I told him not to keep his hands on the steering wheel. Okay? He's got a gun right there. It's on the holster. And I told him to keep his hands on the steering wheel about 5 times. He's not doing what I'm telling him to. 21, 24, 12, 10. Four 1-0-7-6-8-0. Copy. He's got a handgun about 6 inches from his right side, unholstered, and there's curtains in all the back windows. I have 3 cover units here with me. Hey! Beat off the gun! Get back here! What's fired? Shots fired, shots fired. He's still moving. What did he do? Hold my left side. Here, I got this side, I got this side. This is the state police! Put both hands out the door! Both hands out the door! Driver, put both hands out the door! Are you hit? He's still moving. Still moving. up in the right bushes. Yeah, I got him here on this side. He's still moving. Still moving. Driver! Both hands out the door! You still see his head popped out? Yeah, I can see his head sticking out the door. But he's moving. He's moving. We need the highway shut down at 248. Still see him? Yeah, I can still see him. Get this, whatever's in the way, out of the way and shut that. Still moving. Still moving. Driver, both hands out the door. Where's Jakob at? Good. All right, check yourself. Okay, I'm going to go down into the prone to get a better firing position. He's still moving his deck forward and back. How can you see it? His head sticking out there? Here, I need to get this leg out a little bit more. Yeah, I'm good. Get us code 3 medics. Hey Joe, this is state police! Get your hands out the door! We have an ambulance coming for you! We're gonna help you! Just get both hands out the door! If you see him moving, somebody can get my 40 out of the trunk. It's just past just past the black.
Cranked up and just parking out on Liberty.
Yeah. Just leave it on the floor.
Jump in.
On the right. Got cover on the passenger side? Okay, got cover on the driver? Yeah, I can see his head. His head sticking out of the door. He's been moving his head for the past couple minutes. All the back windows are covered in curtains, but I don't have any indication that there's anybody else in there. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. Yeah. Jakob, we've got one trooper up in the woods on the right. Is he back? Is Jakob back? No, is he back? Is he back with us? Have him make his way through the wood line back to us so he's not in the crossfire. Jakob! Hey, make your way through the wood line back to us! We got one trooper off to the far right past the van. Hey. Yeah. We've got armor en route. Yeah. So we're going to use armor. We'll just do approach with armor. Yeah, we need to probably pop the back windows out with a 40. No SCP. So we'll do that, all right? Can we get our armor started too? Hey driver, put your hands out the window. We have an ambulance coming to help you. Driver, help us out. We know you got a gun in there. Just leave it inside the van and put your hands out the door. We're going to help you.
San Antonio 911, do you need police, fire, EMS?
I need a police officer.
To what address?
2350 Fieldwood.
Okay. Have you already called them?
No, I just called right now. Somebody just shot. I think that my dad just got shot.
Okay. By who?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just heard like four gunshots fired. There's a hole through my door, and he told my dad not to move before he kills him or something. But I can't.
It's a story we've been following all morning long. An officer shoots and kills a man on San Antonio's west side. Police say a woman was also shot by an ex-boyfriend. There are 3 scenes total. That has SAPD's chief of police asking a lot of questions.
What they do know is this is where a police officer shot and killed a man at that man's home. What they're still trying to figure out is why that police officer was here.
This is a story of either a hero who saved a woman and 3 kids, or a cop who unnecessarily killed a father of 4. A close look at the case shows the high stakes faced by departments forced to rehire officers fired for misconduct, and the dilemma faced by police chiefs struggling with whether to return these cops to the streets. It begins on a night in July 2012 when Michael Garza, an undercover officer for San Antonio's gang unit, got a text message that changed his life. A woman he knew needed a favor. 5 hours later, officers found him covered in blood, standing next to the body of his lover's ex-boyfriend.
In the July night in 2012, we do know that Officer Garza, who was a plainclothes police officer serving in our gang unit, we do know that he was drinking that night, and he had quite a few text exchanges with his girlfriend, Abigail Hernandez.
The heart of the case lies in the details. At 8 p.m., Officer Garza was conducting surveillance on a suspected drug safe house. With his city-issued phone, he got a message. It was his girlfriend's friend, Abigail Hernandez. The two had been sleeping together. At 10:30, the officer picked Hernandez up from her apartment and dropped her off at the Thirsty Horse Saloon. Garza then headed back to the area under surveillance. To blend in, he drank a Bud Light. In some cases, officers are allowed to drink on the job, as long as they have permission from their supervisors. But that night, Garza did not. At 1:30 in the morning, Hernandez sent him another text message. Garza, still on duty, wrote back. He picked up Hernandez, and the two left the bar at 2 a.m. When they arrived at Hernandez's gated apartment complex, her ex-boyfriend, Alfred Aragon, was waiting outside. Hernandez and Aragon had a 1-year-old son and a tumultuous relationship. Earlier that night, Aragon had sent her dozens of messages, some begging her to get back together. An argument broke out, and Aragon tried to open the locked door of the pickup. Garza and Hernandez left. They believed Aragon would no longer be in the parking lot and returned a second time. Aragon confronted the couple again. This time he was armed. Hernandez and Garza tried to escape, but as they waited for the gates to open, Aragon followed their truck, firing his 9mm pistol. The police scanner captured the chaos.
I got one shooting at my vehicle. I got one shooting right now.
Aragon fired at least 4 times before driving away. Hernandez was shot in the stomach and arm.
And instead of driving to a hospital, Officer Garza then pursued the boyfriend to his home.
A high-speed chase began. Garza followed Aragon to his home on Fieldwood, about 2 miles away.
Here, you have one at some point. $53.42, we got a the officer involved shooting, he's okay. The officer's passenger is hit in the stomach, go ahead and step it up.
Garza fired his city-issued Glock at least 9 times, striking Aragon 3 times in the back, the arm, and the foot. Shortly afterwards, he was pronounced dead. Aragon's pistol was never recovered. He was unarmed when shot by Officer Garza.
This is Leroy Carrion, SAPD Homicide, and I'm at University Hospital.
Later, Hernandez spoke to investigators from her hospital bed.
What's going through your mind? I mean, what are you thinking?
The woman told investigators her ex-boyfriend didn't have a violent past, but she and Garza feared for the safety of her son inside the home.
His dad was freaking, lost it.
To Hernandez, Garza did what anyone would have expected of a cop: save lives. The head of San Antonio's police officer union agrees.
You're just trying to take the lady home because she was a friend of yours, and all of a sudden out of the shadows somebody starts shooting at you, or you've got bullets ripping through your cab of your pickup truck, and you're like, what the hell's going on? Now it's about survival at this point.
Garza was known for his decision-making under pressure and was twice named Officer of the Year. But Chief McManus questioned his decision-making that night. He wasn't alone. Aragon's family too were horrified after learning details of what happened.
Alfred was a father of 4. You know, he had his own business. He was looking forward to the future. And, you know, him shooting at them or him approaching them with the gun, that was wrong. But that's why we have, you know, our justice system. You know, the cop, he played police officer, side boyfriend, judge, all in one night, all in 10 minutes.
The investigation took months. A grand jury declined to pursue murder charges against the officer. But Internal Affairs found Garza had violated 7 departmental rules, including lying to homicide investigators. The city argued Garza should have taken Hernandez to the hospital and waited for backup instead of pursuing the shooter.
The chief made the decision that he should be removed from the department, and I supported the chief's decision.
Garza fought to get his job back through an appeals process known as arbitration. During his job appeal, officers that knew him testified to Garza's ability to catch criminals and the importance of his deep undercover work. The chief on how his reckless decision-making brought dishonor to the badge.
I was flabbergasted when I received the word that an arbitrator had overturned the termination and had directed that Officer Garza be reinstated. I believe that his actions were not becoming of an officer that we would want to have within the San Antonio Police Department. I shared that with the chief. He strongly believed that Officer Garza should be removed. And we both said at the time when he was reinstated that he would not be returned to patrol, as we felt that he was not capable of serving our community well and was a liability to the city.
The arbitrator agreed there was misconduct, but believed Garza's record earned him a second chance. The city decided Garza would never patrol the streets again.
Basically, he's been rubber gunned, and the chief has said, okay, I have to take you back, but I don't have to put you back. By virtue of my authority, I'm going to put you somewhere in a hole somewhere, and you're never going to wear a uniform again, and you're never going to be a policeman again.
This picture here framed is...
Those that worked with Garza disagreed with the city's decision, including veteran detective Eddie Gonzalez, who worked with Garza for years, taking illegal guns off the streets.
I think there would have been some lives lost that night if Mikey had not have acted and taken the action that he did. And I supported him fully, and I think the majority of the rank and file officers also supported him in the action that he took that night in saving lives. He's one of the best coppers I ever worked with, and I'd still would like to work with him today.
San Antonio officials said Garza declined to comment for the story. He remains on the force, assigned to desk duty.